Fools don't listen. Nabal and his story is it's a tragedy in the midst of a triumph. We've talked about Abigail, but we can't overlook what happened to Nabal, the man whose name means fool, and he ends up becoming one. What was his great problem? Well, part of it, and a large portion of it, was just the fact that he didn't listen. When you look there in 1 Samuel 25, when Abigail responds and comes back to Nabal in verse 36, there he was holding a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. It's so interesting that David, who was to become king, receiving his kingdom, Nabal eventually loses his, because when she comes back and explains to him everything that had happened, he is frozen like a stone and dies. At that point, he finally listens, and when he hears it, he's overwhelmed, even to the point of death. Friends, fools don't listen. There is a difference between not knowing and not wanting to know. One is ignorance. All of us are ignorant of something. None of us knows everything. There's only one who knows all, and his name is God. But not knowing is different than not knowing and not wanting to know. That, my friend, is foolishness, even stupidity. Don't feel bad that you don't know. But when you know that you don't know, find out, read, learn, study. In other words, listen. But when you see that you're at a point when you don't even want to know, friends, hold back. Remember, fools don't listen. Don't feel insecure or bad about not knowing, but always be in the mode of pursuing knowledge. Remember, that's what Solomon said. The wise men thirst for knowledge like a gem dug down deep into the earth. Friends, the goal is not so much to have apprehended, but are we digging? Are we searching? Because it's in our digging that we are growing, that we become more like Him. And I know that God gives us blessings all day long. But the question is, do we listen? Do we see them? Do we hear them? Because those are the ones that find the 1, 3, and 5 talents, and they take them and they ought to invest them, and they ought to blossom if we simply listen to the words of God. I know that this story was a good one, but it's also a real one. And always remember, friends, as we end this week's study, fools don't listen. Don't worry about not knowing, but never ever be in a position to where you don't want to know the truth. Until next time, please remember that change is good.